Guys, we got extremely bullish news. The full ONVO L60 specifications has just been leaked. And today we are going to go over all the features. There's over 6 different points that you guys need to know about. All right, so this is pretty insane. So first of all, it is going to come in 2 battery sizes. There's a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is made by BYD. Actually, it is a lithium iron phosphate battery made by BYD. The second longer range version is the 90 kilowatt hour CATL lithium ion ternary battery. All right, so there's going to be 2 battery sizes for customers to choose from. This is point number 1. Point number 2, 3rd gen NIO swap stations only need 2 hours of modification to be able to accept ONVO battery swaps. So you heard that right. It only needs 2 hours of modifications, and Gen 4 swap stations do not need any modifications at all. That also means that at launch, this car will have 1,000 plus swap stations available at launch. It will be one of the most convenient EVs ever built. All right. It is the mass market car, mass market swap. Yeah. And NIO will add batteries according to the number of customers and user base. So some 3rd gen swap stations and 4th gen swap stations will have more of these ONVO battery packs depending on how many customers there are in that city. But for a general purpose, I guess each swap station will have at least 1 or 2, probably a bit more of these batteries. Okay, number 3, because it's coupe design plus 900 volt silicon carbide inverter and with an efficiency better than the Model Y, all right, which means less than 13 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. This is confirmed by NIO's CEO. That means with the 60 kilowatt hour battery pack, you can expect 460 kilometers of actual range. This is not CLTC. This is actual range. You can actually get that far on the 60 kilowatt hour battery pack. For the 90 kilowatt hour battery pack, you can get 690 kilometers of actual range, not CLTC again. So this is incredible performance. And of course, with the convenience of battery swap, this is just unprecedented. All right. Customers are going to be buying this like crazy. Next, we got suspension information. Okay. So this suspension apparently is going to be a McPherson strut plus 5-link suspension, making the ride extremely, extremely, extremely soft and comfortable. So this is great. We've known that Teslas, all right, especially the Model Ys and Model 3s, did not exactly have very soft suspension. It was a little bit sturdy, a little bit more bumpy, a little bit more stiff on the ride. So, you had little jolts and stuff. So, comfort-wise, ride smoothness-wise, NIO is going to take the win here for sure. And then also confirmed, it is going to have a large horizontal screen. Finally, all right. Everybody's been wanting large horizontal screens in the middle. Finally, we're going to get that. Combined with Qualcomm's 8295 chip, this is going to be an absolute beast. And also, it's going to come with the AC charge port plus DC charge port. In 2nd gen NIOs, they only have the DC charge port. So this is actually, even better than current NIOs. All right. And the interior apparently has a similar NIO design language. So you can absolutely trust that this will look spectacular. It will be a banger interior. Apparently, there's not that much difference. So you can sort of look at the ET5T as sort of a comparative point. All right. Number 6, this is a killer point. The price is going to be around 229.9 thousand RMB. This is the rumored price. Well, actually, leaked price. Okay. With BAS, it's going to be around 170,000 RMB. And the management, all right, NIO's internal team is extremely confident with this car. All right, they're super confident. They're aiming for at least 20,000 per month in deliveries for this car just at the start. All right, at the start. And apparently they've supplied themselves with a lot of these materials that they're going to use to build these cars. So they're very well supplied up. They're not going to run into any shortages when pumping out these vehicles. Also, when it comes to the pricing, all right, in traditional NIO fashion, whenever they do a launch for a car, you have these early deposits. For example, you deposit 5,000 and it's equivalent to 10,000. So NIO is going to do something like this, an early bird deposit. So that just means that you're going to get a lot of pre-orders at the get-go because everybody wants to save 5,000 RMB. Who doesn't want to, right? So there's going to be a massive amount of pre-orders at the get-go, at the very start. In my personal opinion, reacting to these leaks, they're going to have a similar interior design language to NIO and a luxuriousness perhaps. So it's pretty much going to be a better NIO at a cheaper price. That's crazy. That's going to sell a lot for sure. All right. The only thing that I'm not too sure about is the naming. All right. Some people are, it's polarizing, the naming of the car brand. ONVO English sounds fine, but Le Dao, I guess it's a good name, but if you directly translate it, it's sort of like happiness here, which I think is a very good name. But also it sounds like Happy Road, which is also pretty good, but some people aren't really too happy with that name. Some people like the name Alps more, all right? Also, in my personal opinion, I mean, this car, all right, is it going to hurt NIO's sales? I think, well, to some minor extent, maybe a little bit, all right? It is definitely in a different price category. NIO is much more expensive. You get all these services. The ONVO car is not going to get all these services compared to NIO, but I'm really surprised that the luxuriousness of the car is going to be pretty good and at the same level as a NIO. So that's pretty shock. That's a pretty big shocker, all right? So it's basically a cheaper NIO car minus the service with better charging speeds because it's 900 volt now, and then with horizontal screens, and then you got excellent range, all right? So wow, it's gonna be a winner, guys. It's gonna be a winner. And in terms of where does that leave us with the ET5, ET5T, ES6? Well, NIO has said that in the future, NIO CEO said that in the future they're gonna increase their prices for their vehicles. So not like price increase, but more like the products that they will be selling will be more expensive in the future, as to not have any sort of conflict with ONVO. So ONVO is going to be more like the 200K to 300K RMB market, and the NIO will be like targeting more like the upper 300K, 400K and above market. So you see they're venturing into the ET9, so they're going to be coming out with much more expensive cars on the NIO brand. And there's rumors, all right, according to the NIO owner of 23 NIOs, that they're going to potentially, down the line, many years later, remove the ES6 and the ET5 altogether. And it's just going to be more expensive. You want to buy one of those sedans from a NIO brand, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. All right. They're still going to offer products. All right. It's just a bit more expensive not to have any conflict with ONVO. So that, my friend, is going to be very, very, very bullish. Also, don't forget, we also got the Firefly sub-brand coming. That's the 100K to 200K range. So, all those cars with BAS 170K RB, that's going to sell like crazy. It's affordable by everyone. All right, I'm going to say that officially. 100K to 200K RB with the Firefly, that's going to be a huge banger as well. Bad. That's going to be amazing. So deliveries are going to see exponential increase once this starts being delivered. But that does mean it takes some time, all right? So don't get too excited right now. There's still some time before this car gets delivered. All right, but this year, end of this year, nice. We're going to see that finally come to fruition. Deliveries are going to be exploding by then. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.